a step into we've talked about change, and then once you're changing and you start coming to a point where a lot of things begin to change towards you. You change the way you think, you change the way you eat, you change the way you talk about people, you change the way you think about people, you change the way you relate with people. You're actually journeying towards what we call self-actualization. So today I'll take self-actualization in a concept of becoming a better version of yourself. Self-actualization is about moving up to the next level and being the best we can be in order to give meaning to our life. At the end of the day, it's not my life. It is your life that you have to give meaning to, because we're all on this journey for our own spirituality. If you do well, good for you. If I do well, good for me. It is all about your individual endeavors and your journey. My table of content, the famous philosophy, and I'll run down to the quote of the week. The most important thing is for you to love yourself. If you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody. That's the truth. You can only give what you have. And in the journey towards loving yourself, that is what we call, in some way, self-actualization. You can only give that which you have. Our corporate philosophy, our vision, to be the preferred partner in retail financial services that delivers quick solutions to the underserved customers in Nigeria. Our mission, to provide a platform for quick, efficient, and effective services that ensures our customer needs are met real time. Our core values: integrity, excellence, speed, teamwork, trust, passion for our customers, and our brand driver, experience excellence. So let's define self-actualization. I'm going to read, and I hope you listen. Let's say self-actualization means an individual. Can you say again? It's individual. It's all about you, not Bola Money to a group of people. It means an individual gaining the ability to do what he or she consider will make his or her life meaningful and worthwhile. And that doing it with free will, okay? Not being forced, not being coerced, not being blackmailed. Free will without any compulsion. The simplest definition of self-actualization. And two things are very important. The first thing is acting out of free will, and then the values that are of the highest worth that you must have. They come with values and free will. In other definitions, according to various people, it says that when a person is able to take full advantage of their talents, a lot of you don't even know what your talents are. You need to first find out. You need to first journey towards finding what your talents are. Self-fulfillment, namely the tendency for him, sorry I'm using him, it doesn't matter, it's just a human being, him, she, him, they, whatever you are, to become actualized in what is potentially. And full realization of one's creative, intellectual, social potential through internal drive. And finally, the psychological process aimed at maximizing the use of one's ability or resources. This process may vary from Bola to Ife to Yetunde to Mabel. But then there's this great man in the 1800s that first brought into the awareness of humanity what self-actualization is. If you've not heard about him, you need to go read. Because at that time, the world was very empty. People didn't know our rights from our left. But this man called Maslow brought about the concept and the awareness of self-actualization. And what he did was he spent all his life studying everybody that had self-actualized in life and came up with the conclusion that people are in a particular way once they've self-actualized. And what did he find out? He found out that there's psychological needs by human beings. Once it is met, psychological needs, shelter. Yeah, simple. All right? Then they move to safety and security. They want to belong. They want to be amongst the community. They want to be part of something great. Once that happens, they move to being loved. Then they start looking for love, attention. They want to raise a family. Then the next thing is they work on their self-esteem. Before you know it, they're everywhere. And then finally, there's self-actualization. But after self-actualization, there's another level which Maslow never talked about. But research after Maslow, we've come up with another level, but that's not the reason why I'm here today. I'm talking about self-actualization. So when you read about Maslow, go read about him. 1943 paper, and it said that motivation and personality, the hierarchy suggests that people are motivated to fulfill their basic needs, psychological needs, right? And before they move on to the other ones, and as they move, they advance to self-actualization. I need you to understand this very well. A man that is hungry cannot self-actualize. A man that has low self-esteem cannot self-actualize. A man that runs another person down can never self-actualize. All right? You have to understand that you need to deal with your basic psychological needs as you're moving towards self-actualization. What are the steps to get to self-actualization? Constant renewal of your mind. I heard that your Bible told you the same thing. I'm happy for you guys. Appreciation of daily freshness. You know, sometimes people come into your city and then you're driving towards Lekki, and then maybe your mom comes from the village and she comes to Lekki. You are complaining about pothole, traffic. What else do you complain about? Miscreants. What else do you complain about? Agbero. Well done. So then your mom comes from the village and then she says that, see Lekki, see us is fine, see bridge. That is the freshness that people see. When new people come into your town, they see the things that you refuse to see. As a human being, you have to breed yourself to ensure that you see that freshness every day. It's very necessary. Don't get complacent or get carried away with anything that you have. The next one is to accept and appreciate life. A lot of you are tired of life. And I was saying to a friend yesterday, when sperms are released into an ovary, it's 1 billion of sperms. Only one gets fertilized. Do you all know? You're the biology there. Do you know that each of those billion sperms are lives on its own? That tells you that 1 billion lives will never experience what? Life. The moment you were born on your own, you were already a miracle. But then you are here, and then you complain, can all you can, get all you can. I wish you well. All right? You have to be very authentic. Improve your perception of reality. What is reality to you? Let's say, for example, you see Yetunde doing very well. She's very successful. She gets a brand new car. And then, as against you wishing her well, you start getting jealous, you resent her, and you hate her. You have a different perception of reality. Reality is meant to be that as Yetunde gets blessed, that is a fine advertisement for you that yours is coming. All you need to do is ask Yetunde, what are you doing differently? It's not juju or voodoo. What are the disciplines that you put in place? And then remodel your own life towards that, as against getting jealous and bitter and envious, which are just very simple and stupid things. All right? Take the hard road, which is to discipline and improve on yourself. Humanitarianism, you have to be human. I've always told you from time to time. Creative spirit. If you do not have a creative spirit and you're not solution-oriented, then you are not ready for self-actualization. The last one is great intuition. You see, you need to learn to trust yourself. There's that inner voice that talks to you. I'm not saying the stupid one that you trained, but there's one inner voice in you, very quiet, that tells you the truth on all things. Some of you call it the Holy Spirit. I don't know what other people call it, but I call it intuition in the science world. Learn to develop your intuition. So what are the characteristics of self-actualized people? When you see people that are self-actualized, you see them on the road, you want to be like them. What are the things that they have? They accept themselves. They don't touch their bum and put silicone there. They don't touch their breast and add more to it. They look like orangutan. No, they don't do that. They're very happy with who they are. And they accept others for who they are. They don't say, oh, Mary is annoying. Why is she like this? They just accept Mary for who she is. And that's how life is. You have big flappy lips, love your lips. You have good. Whatever it is, just love yourself. Don't say, don't be putting it in. You're not ready, okay? The next thing is they have well-developed creative spirit. You talk to them, they are creative. At any point in time, they're spot on. And then they have wonderful and healthy relationships. They don't have parasitic relationships. They don't have the one that, Okwayemi, do you like me today? Okwayemi, do you love me yesterday? Okwayemi, tell me that you love me for me to eat breakfast. They don't have those kind of relationships. They are very, very sure of themselves. They have very healthy relationships. Okwayemi does her own, I do my own. We come together, share our day, and everybody moves on. All right? They have great sense of humor. You see, there are two types of humor. The low humor and the high humor. The low humor is for imbeciles. Those people that look at other people and use it to you yap people and turn them down. All right? People like Basket Mouth and all those imbeciles that say they're doing comedy. A real person with high sense of humor, have you seen Kevin Hart? Who does he yap most? Himself. And his father. Those people with high humor yap themselves. They don't run other people down. So whenever you hear someone and see someone that is yapping at that person, such a person has very low sense of humor. And that person is actually covering up their own incompetencies and following the self-esteem. And that is why they run other people down. All right? They are also very autonomous. Someone just donated 2 million naira in church, and it's Otumba, bring his agbada like this, and then they put him in the front row in church. Hogwash, rubbish. The person that does something nice never lets you know. Someone just paid your school fees. You see, what's this name of guy that died, the Wakanda? He has a video. He didn't even know that, what's his name? The guy that acted this fine-year-old black man. What's his name? Denzel Washington. He never knew that Denzel Washington already paid for his acting school. And that's why he will say to you, if there's no Denzel Washington, there's never Wakanda. And dedicated Wakanda to Denzel Washington. He didn't even know. He just went there and said, someone had paid your tuition. That is how self-actualized people are. They don't make you know that they are doing something. I donate 10 billion. Hey. No. Okay? Accurate perception of reality, like what I told you. They have sense of purpose. They have this appreciation of the goodness of life. They're like children, always appreciative of life. Have you seen a child? God, I'd love to be amongst them. They have no worry in the world. Even your Bible says you should have childlike minds. That is how scientists we are in our world. We're inquisitive, we keep searching. We are not formed in our mindset. Have a childlike mind. Anybody that has a childlike mind, you will notice them. Those are part of the self-actualized people. Let me run through my presentation. I have 10 more minutes. They experience frequent moments of profound happiness. They are always happy. What are the benefits? They have serene life, they're beautiful inward. They have positive emotions. They have higher job satisfaction, and they feel very contented with what they do. You will think that they are earning $1 million. But then they are happy people. They do their work diligently. It's never about the money. When I was in banking, I tell people how much I was earning. People didn't believe. Even my brother-in-law, we came, they sat down and said I should mentor him. I should tell him how much, what he's doing wrong with his finances. So I opened my pay slip to him. And the guy said, I didn't want that. And I was still trying to teach this guy finances, but all he was happy was that, I didn't want that. I didn't, and that's how he lost it. Today he's still shouting it. All right? Let's talk about true nobility for a few minutes. You see this guy, Harry Hart, he says, there's nothing being noble about being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. Anyone that has to subdue another person does not know what nobility is. You're actually not a noble person, all right? If you want to be noble and you want people to respect you, you will inspire confidence in other people. It's actually one of the characteristics of self-actualized people. You would also work hard and smart, and then you will see the good in the famous process. Not criticize the famous process, not condemn the famous process, not say the famous process has problems. The famous process has kept us going for 5 years. No, 10 years. And we've expanded the famous universe, and we're expanding at the rate of time, speed, and time. You don't understand what I'm saying. Stop criticizing our processes. You don't like it? Hug us and leave us. Okay? In conclusion, Femites, I'm not going to read to you, but I want you to know that self-actualization, we realize that self-actualization is not making the most of money, like I said, or achieving the highest of status, chief, or tumba. That is a desirable state. We like it, we respect it. That is meant to be achieved, but through reaching one's full potential. That is what self-actualization is. You reach your full potential, what you can do. Your talent is being used at the maximum. We open the doors of possibilities into our lives. That's what self-actualization is. All right? You can read, I'll share my slide with you. My final quote says, what a man can be, he must be. You're not a goat. Be a man. Sorry. Be a day. Whatever you people. See, you guys are confusing us. That's the first thing. And I don't know. But let me just use man for the sake of, you understand what I'm saying? Apologies to everybody. What a man can be, he must be. This need we call self-actualization. And that's a picture of that great Abraham Maslow. 80% of his pictures are always smiling. He's a great guy. Thank you.